Makah Indian Tribe by Sean Van Heel. The Makah Indian Tribe is located in the Pacific Northwest United States on the most northwestern tip of Washington State. The Makah Indian Tribe has called the spectacular and bountiful Neah Bay, Washington area their home since as long as anyone can recall. They are a generous people by nature, and were named the Makah by a neighboring tribe, which translates to people generous with food in the Salish language. Neah Bay is the central village of the Makah Reservation. Within this territory, the Makah had many summer and permanent villages. The 5 permanent villages, Wach, Soes, De, Ozet, and Bahada, were located along the shore of the northwesternmost point, which also happens to be the most northwestern point of the continental United States at Cape Flattery. These villages were composed of large cedar plank longhouses, measuring approximately 30 feet wide and 70 feet long, which housed many members. The social units of Makah life were large extended families. The prehistoric population of the Makah was estimated to be between approximately 2,000 to 4,000 people. Today, there are roughly 1,500 living in and around Neah Bay. The Makah Reservation is located on a portion of the tribe's original tribal land as a result of a U.S. treaty ratified in 1859. The Makah Council operates under a constitution and bylaws dated May 16, 1936. Serving the Makah Tribal Council is the Makah Tribal Organization, which is made of employees and a managerial level staff of directors under a general manager. Elections for Tribal Council are held annually, and each elected council member serves a staggered 3-year term. The tribal government's daily administration is managed by the general manager. Each program director reports directly to the general manager. Serving the 5-member council of the Makah tribe is the Makah Tribal Administration. The tribal government administers programs for the benefit of the Makah tribal members in Neah Bay. Political, environmental, and economical concerns of the Makah can all be found in the Makah's plight to whale. To the Makah, whaling is considered a gift from the sea. In past years, they have been granted the right to harvest 1 baleen whale a year, usually a gray whale. The Makah tribal website states that whale hunting provides a purpose and a discipline which benefits their entire community. It is so important to the Makah that in 1855, when the Makah ceded thousands of acres of land to the government of the United States, they explicitly reserved their right to whale within the Treaty of Neah Bay. That's right, thousands of acres of land in exchange for the right to whale. It is an undervalued statement to say that the Makah are a people who value tradition. Although their tradition was halted, the tribe resumed whale hunting under international and domestic law, and on May 17, 1999, harvested their first whale in 70 years. Economic and educational projects and programs of the Makah. The Makah Cultural and Research Center includes the world-renowned Makah Museum, as well as the Makah Language Program, Archives and Library Department, Makah Education Department, and Tribal Historic Preservation Office. The permanent gallery exhibits 300 to 500-year-old artifacts recovered from a Makah village at Ozet, Washington. There are 18 showcases, 3 dioramas, and full-sized replicas of canoes and a longhouse. I have been in the longhouse, and it makes you feel as though you have been transported back in time. You feel like you are in an ancient longhouse, and you can look out, in similar fashion, on the same beach that the ancient Makah looked out onto. They also used native and local Makah labor with tribal technologies to recreate and reconstruct the longhouses, canoes, oars, and the plank wood walls bordering throughout the museum. Another key educational project has been the Makah language program. On the tribal website, they state their goals of the language program as follows: to preserve the Makah language, to restore the Makah language to spoken fluency, to educate our children and people as scholars, able to compete anywhere in today's world and yet maintain their tribal heritage. Keeping up the wonderfully dynamic and historically informative Makah language for the benefit of their people is one of the biggest educational priorities for the Makah tribe. Other educational services provided to the tribal members are the Head Start program, after-school tutoring with homework completion, dropout prevention, adult education, GED completion, higher education, and scholarships that are available. If this sounds great to you and you want to become a member of the Makah tribe, you have a few hoops to jump through and some strict guidelines. As per the Constitution and bylaws of the Makah Indian Tribe of the Makah Indian Reservation, Washington, the requirements for tribal status of the Makah are as follows. The membership of the Makah Indian Tribe shall consist also as follows. All persons of Indian blood whose names appear on the official census roll of the tribe as of April 1st, 1935. B. All children born to any member of the Makah Indian Tribe who is a resident of the reservation at the time of the birth of said child. Or C. Persons of Makah Indian blood who may hereafter be adopted as tribal members by order of the tribe. The second part states, the tribal council shall have the power to promulgate ordinances subject to review by the Secretary of the Interior governing future membership and the adoption of new members. Property rights shall not be changed by any action under this section. Now, we also have to take into consideration the blood quantum levels as mentioned. As defined by Joanne Rondilla in her book, Red and Yellow, Black and Brown, Decentering Whiteness in Mixed Race Studies, she explains that a quarter blood quantum is needed to be able to vote on the Makah Council, and it takes a vote by the Council to approve membership. Is this going to be a problem for the Makah in the future? Are they going to be able to marry within to keep blood quantum pure, or will they have to adjust the required percentages over time, allowing for mixed bloodlines? Will the Makah be able to sustain themselves with food and money in the future? Will they be allowed to hunt? Will they continue to cherish and preserve the old ways? Will the Makah survive and thrive as they once did so many years ago? These questions, and more, define the lives of and give us insight into what it is to be Makah.